We're going to start on the mat today. So come on to all fours in quadruped. Just find neutral in your spine. So just a little arch in your lumbar spine, shoulder blades apart, head in line with your spine, belly tucked in, engage that core. Take a breath, inhale. On the exhale, ground through your spine into a nice cat stretch. And inhale, take it into cow, dropping that belly down, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, cat stretch one more time. And inhale, take it into cow, belly drops down. And last time, cat stretch, tuck, 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 tuck. Feel that stretch in your spine. You can wiggle if you need to. And then take it back into cow, dropping your belly down. And then back into neutral. Tuck your toes under. Go ahead and push back into a downward facing dog. You want to press through your hands, press your heels into the mat. You can pedal your feet, whatever it takes to get you into this stretch. Drive those heels down, press through your hands, lengthen through your spine. And you want to evenly distribute the weight throughout your hands. There's a tendency to lift the padding of the index finger up. You want to try to press it into the mat. Feel that stretch long through your spine. And breathe. And then lower your knees down, back into that quadruped. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, cat stretch, tuck, 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 tuck. Inhale into cow. Feel that articulation in your spine. Exhale, cat stretch, tuck, 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 tuck. And inhale into cow here. Back into neutral. Walk your hands out. Take it into a plank on your knees. Feel the stretch, the lengthening here. And then go ahead and lower your elbows. Bend your elbows and lower down just slightly. Feel the triceps engage. And then go ahead and press back up and push back into downward facing dog. So your hands are a little further away from your legs than they were before. Try and really lengthen through your spine. And then lower your knees back down. Okay, back into that plank on your knees. If you need to adjust, go ahead. And again, tricep, push up here, lower down. Feel the strength back of your upper arms here. And then push back up. Let's go for 2 more here, down. And then push back up one more time, taking it down and pushing back up. And go ahead and press back into a downward facing dog. Drive your heels into the mat a little further, press through your hands. Ground your left foot, kick your right leg back behind. Feel the stretch the back of that left leg. Press through your hands, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then softly swing that right foot, place it between your hands. Lower down into a nice runner's lunge. Feel that hip flexor stretch. Lower your left arm. Take your right arm and reach. Take it to a twist. Draw that shoulder back. Feel that reach through your arm. Good. And then go ahead and lower down. And then go ahead and press. Take that right foot. Press back into a nice downward facing dog once again. Then ground your right. Kick your left leg high this time. Stretch to the back of that right leg. Press through your hands. And then place that left hand. Foot between your hands. And nice runner's lunge. Wiggle into the stretch until you feel it. Dropping the hips down. Right arm down, take your left arm and reach, take it to that rotation, reaching, drawing that left shoulder back. Breathe, and then lower down, front foot to meet that downward facing dog, press back, and then back into a full plank here. You can always modify by placing your knees onto the mat and triceps. Feel them engage as you hold, shoulders away from the ears. 3 and 2 and 1. Go ahead and press back up, back into that downward facing dog, pressing through your hands. You can heel toe, whatever you need to do. And then go ahead and walk your hands to your feet, bend through your knees and roll up through your spine. Nice articulation here. Taking it all the way to standing. Big breath. Exhale, swan dive down, just halfway down. Hold here. And just feel the stretch the backs of the legs. Pinch your shoulder blades together, palms face down, holding it in this airplane. If you need to bend your knees, go ahead. You want to lengthen through your spine. Feel as if someone's pulling on the top of your head and really lengthen through that spine as you hold. Hands are facing down toward the mat. Fingertips are spread apart. Good. And go ahead and take it into a forward fold. Take your right arm, reach down toward the mat, bend your right knee, and take your left shoulder. Take it back. Feel that spinal twist once again. Also feeling the stretch the back of that left leg. If you need to place that right hand on that thigh, go ahead. Breathe. And lower down, bend your left knee. Left arm down, right arm up to the ceiling. Remember modification on that thigh, not on the knee though. And hold, draw that right shoulder back. Feel the stretch in that right leg. Knee is straight but not locked out. One more breath. And back into that forward fold. Hands onto your thighs. Lift back up into that airplane if you can. Take your arms out to the side. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Palms face down. Wiggle into the stretch. Core is engaged, back of the neck is long. Really lengthen through the spine. Take one more deep breath. And exhale back into that forward fold or ragdoll. Sweep your arms up, take it all the way up into standing. Big breath. And exhale. Lower down, take your shoulders, circle them around one at a time. Just getting nice and loose. Good, shake out your hands. Rotate your wrists each direction. Very nice. Go ahead and step to the top of the mat. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale. That nice swan dive. Really lengthen to your spine, bend to your knees, ragdoll. Half lift here, or hands on your thighs. Hands onto the mat, walk or hop from your feet back behind. Take it into a downward facing dog. Press through your hands. Take it into a plank and slowly lower to your belly. Knees can be on the mat if you want to. Here we go for 8 and 7, 6 and 5. Go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Belly onto the mat. Arms down by your sides or below your shoulders. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale. Lift up into a back extension with support. Or arms by your side, feel the strength in your spine. Point your toes, straighten your knees, squeeze those glutes, and hold. Good. Good. Now extend your right arm out in front. Take your left hand by your left waist. Okay, you're going to zip your legs together and roll over onto your right side. You can keep it down low or lift your upper body up off the mat here. Shoulder away from the ears. If you want, you can take that top arm and reach and hold through the contraction to that top waist and hold. Beautiful. Legs are glued together. Get those inner thighs, the adductors to fire. Strong in the shoulders for 4 and 3 and 2. Good job. And 1. Go ahead and place your belly onto the mat. Hands by your shoulders or by your side. You can separate your legs if you want. Just hold in this nice back extension. Belly is pulling in toward that spine to protect that lower back. Perhaps lift a little higher if you can. If your arms are lifted, make sure your elbows are straight, wrists are straight, and just hold here. Okay, then take your left arm out in front, right hand by your right waist. Zip your legs together. Press your right hand so you roll over onto your left side. So side lift here. You can take your left elbow off the mat if you want to. Zip your legs together. If you want, right arm up to the ceiling, shoulders strong. Hold for 4 and 3. Good job. 2 and 1. And with control, roll back onto your belly. Another back extension. Separate your legs, arms reach out. Hold, belly's tucked in. Hold. Nice. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Hands below your shoulders, elbows tucked in. Place your toes onto the mat so toes are tucked under. Okay, so here we're going to either keep our knees on the mat or lift your knees up off the mat. So straighten your legs. Okay, so you decide. Modification is with your knees on the mat. We're going to press up into a plank, either on your toes or knees. Here we go, elbows in close. We're going to push up strong, keep your belly pulled in, core engaged, and go ahead and press up all the way. Find your strength, and we're going to take it back down onto our belly. Hey, remember you can keep your knees on the mat or straighten your knees and push up. Good, and back onto your belly, softly, softly, softly with control. Let's go for 2 more. Knees on the mat or your toes. Here we go, up. Woo. And back down. And 1 more time. Take it up. Good, and back down. And this time we're going to take it back up and hold. So back up here on your knees or your toes. Okay, you're going to push back into a downward facing dog. And just settle in here. You can walk your hands in a little closer, drive your heels down, get a deeper stretch now that we're warm. Okay, now we're going to walk opposite arm, opposite foot up to the front of the mat. You can bend your knees. Okay, right arm, left leg, walk, and left and right. Kind of like a bear crawl, but with our knees relatively straight here. Hold. Okay, feet are about hip distance apart. Go ahead and bend your knees and take it to a chair here. You're gonna lift all the way up. You can place your hands on your chest or your thighs, and then take it back down into a squat. Hey, up and down. Make sure your knees are tracking above your feet. Weight in your heels, up and down, shoulders down away from your ears. Okay, remember you can do with support, hands on your thighs. You can make the movement a little smaller if you feel like that's where you're at for today. Okay, so down and up. So working at your own pace, always checking, making sure you're safe, no pain. Okay, knees track above your feet here, and up. Let's go for 3 more. Go down and lift. Last 2. Taking it down and lift. One more time. Weight in your heels, down and lift. Beautiful work. Go ahead and take your right foot, cross it behind your left, and then go ahead and take it to a forward fold. Okay. Here, bend your knees, and just adjust until you feel a stretch movement in the outer thigh. So right foot is behind the left, or just memorize what foot you have behind. So we balance it off and do the other side when you're ready. Okay, go ahead and take it to a half lift, hands onto the mat. Okay, so the foot that's in front, you're gonna leave it there. The foot that's crossed behind, you're gonna kick it back up here. Bend deeply to that front leg and just hold. Okay, so wherever you're at, maybe your leg is down or lifted. And just gonna hold. Okay, try to shift the weight into that heel of that front leg. And then you're gonna take that back leg and lower down and lift. So working the glute, tap down and lift, and down, and lift. Rest of your body nice and stable. Fingertips on the mat. You can bend the knee a little bit more. When I really fire that gluteal though, up, that right butt cheek here. For me it's the right, down, and lift. Nice and strong, core is engaged. Lengthen through your spine, try not to round through your spine. Try and keep it long and neutral. You're going to feel the work in that supporting leg as well. Down, squeeze that glute, and down, and lift. Two more times, down, and lift. One more time, beautiful work, down, and lift. Go ahead and lower that foot to the parallel of your feet. And go ahead and drop your hips down, hands under your thighs, and take it up, and then back down, back into those squats. You can free your arms here. Weight in your heels, make sure your knees track above your feet. Okay, so all those firm chokes apply every single movement. You want to stay safe. Down and go as far as you feel comfortable. If you have any knee issues, just go light, just a little range. And up. Good job. Remember, you can place your hands on your thighs. Let's go for 5 more. You got this. 4 more. Down. And 3 more. Down. And lift. Last 2. Let's go. Down. And lift. Last 1. Down. And lift. Hold here. Take your right foot behind the left. And go ahead and fold over that right leg and bend your knees if you need to. And just feel the stretch in your legs. And wiggle until you feel where it feels tight. And just allow this pose to stretch out the tight areas. When think about lengthening through your spine, try not to round to your spine. Lengthen, neutral spine. If you need to bend your knees a little bit more to get there, go ahead. Good. And a half lift here. You're going to take that back leg and you're going to free it here. Fingertips on the mat, so working those texting muscles here. Weight in that heel of the front leg. Take that back leg, lower and lift. Squeeze that gluteal as you lift. Okay, remember to keep your spine in neutral. Tap down and lift. Good job. Down and lift. Try to stay relaxed in your shoulders. Make the movement smaller if you need to. You can bend the knee a little bit more if you need to. Down and lift. 3 more. Down and lift. Last 2. Down and lift. Last 1. Down and lift and lower back down. Parallel your feet, hands on your thighs, or go ahead and take it up here into those squats, up and down. Modification again, hands on your thighs. Okay, so you do you, and up. Weight in your heels, knees track above your feet. Make sure your knees do not pass your toes. Okay, so keep it back, and up. Spine is in neutral. How about 5 more? And up. Really press through the heels of your feet. 4, last 3. Let's go. Woo. 2 more. Down and lift. 1 more time. Go down and lift. And lower down. Take your shoulders in, circle and then back around and shake everything out. Beautiful. Good. I'm going to take your feet, rotate, just release through your feet and ankles. Good. We're going to do another stretch for the feet and ankles in a bit. Good. Top of the mat. Here we go. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen through your spine. Ragdoll, hanging here for a moment. Feel the weight of your head, gravity pull. Allow your spine to stretch. Half lift. Breathe. Exhale, forward fold, hands on the mat, walk or hop your feet back behind. Top of a push-up here, immediately lower down. Inhale, cobra, or if you're ready, upward facing dog, open up through that chest. Good. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog, drive your heels into the mat. Good. You lift up into your toes, bend your knees, and then press through your hands. Crouching downward or hovering downward here. Press, press, press. And feel the Achilles tendon stretch. Good. You can wiggle side to side, whatever you need to, and then go ahead and press back. Drive your heels down. Now we're going to stretch out the toes, or work out the toes. So I want you to lift onto your toes, and then go ahead and allow your weight to shift to your pinky toes, and then to your big toes, and then your pinky toes. Offer a little massage, and a stretch for your toes as you do so. And pinky toes and big toes. If you want to go right foot pinky, left foot big, and then right foot big, left pinky. Go ahead, so same direction if you want to, or opposite directions, whatever feels good. And then go ahead and lower it down. Go ahead and walk your feet together. Lift up onto your toes again, bend your knees, and press back into that hovering downward. Okay, but legs together this time. Then swing your knees to the left, hips to the right, and press through your hands. So you should feel a nice stretch to the left side of your torso as you press through your hands, lengthen. Allow that seat to press back behind you. And then back to center and swivel, knees to the right, hips to the left, and go ahead and press your hands. And feel the stretch on the right side this time. Adjust until you feel that stretch. And then back to center. And separate your feet into a nice downward. And then go ahead and lower down onto the mat. Okay, cross your lower legs. And then we're just going to continue back here. Bring our legs up here into boat. So maybe it's here. You want to keep your spine in neutral. Hands behind your thighs if you want. Or you can start to straighten your legs into a nice boat. Good. You can release your arms if you want to. And just hold. I'm just going to scoot up. If you want to scoot up with me, go ahead. Hey, because we're going to lean back in a bit. Okay, so 3 and 2 and 1. Hands behind your thighs. We're going to lower down onto our backs. Okay, here. So just below your shoulder blades here. And then we're going to start to straighten a little bit. And then tuck. And then straighten. Now if you want, you can take your arms and reach. And in. And reach. Lower back is pressed into the mat. And reach. A modification. Legs up to the ceiling. Knees bent. Or you can take your leg closer to the mat, but just be mindful of that lower back. Okay, so pressed into the mat. No strain in that lower back. And back. Good. In. And back. 3 more. In. And back. Last 2. In. And back. Last 1. In. And back. Good. Go ahead and lower your legs down onto the mat. Take your right leg, lift up to the ceiling. Arms down by your side. Now we're going to keep our hips level, spine in neutral. We're going to press through that left foot and lift our hips up and down. And up. You want to feel in the gluteal and hamstring of that left leg. Stretch in that hamstring on the right leg. And take your arms up to the ceiling and press. And lower down. Again. Press up and down. Good. Up and down. Again. Up and down. 3 more. Up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Spine in neutral. Last 1. And down. Take that right foot onto that left thigh. Press your right leg away. Open up to that right hip. And again, press up and down. Up and down. Hips stay level. And up and down. And up and down. Let's go for 5. And down. 4 more. Up and down. 3 more. Up and down. Last 2. Up and down. Last 1. Up and down. Place your hands behind your head now. You're going to turn through those abdominals again. So we're going to lift up as we lift the leg up off the mat here. Okay, and hold. And then lower down lightly. Again, lift up and hold. And then lower down lightly, keeping that right knee away. Okay, so feeling that hip open up as you lower down. Feel the stretch in that gluteal on the right side. And down. This time we're going to lift up and hold here. Take that left shoulder to the right knee. and then back to level, right shoulder to the left knee. Or sorry, left shoulder to the right knee and back. Again, up and level, good. Up and level, good. Up and level. 2 more. Rotate and down. Good. Get those obliques. How about 1 more? Up and down and lower back down. Right foot on the mat. Left leg up to the ceiling. Arms down by your side. Here we go. Press up and down. That right gluteal, nice and strong. Right foot planted into the mat and down. Let's go. Up and down. Proceed up and down. Feel the contraction in that gluteal. 3 more. Up and down. Stretching that hamstring. 2 more. And down. 1 more. Spine is in neutral. And down. Place that foot on that thigh. Press that leg away. And up and down. Open up through that hip. Up and down. Nice gluteal stretch. And down. If you want, you can reach your arms up to the sky. And down. Press up and down. 4 more. Up and down. 3 more. Squeeze. Last 2. Take it up and down. 1 more. Up and down. Hands behind your head. You're going to lift up and down. Working those abs. And down. Some resistance. Here. Nice stretch for that gluteal. And down. Lightly lowering that right foot on the mat. Up and down. Hold that left. Hold here. Right shoulder to that left knee. Back to level. Again. Try not to pull on your head with your hands. Okay, so you're using your obliques, your rectus abdominis muscles to hold that left end twist. And down. Good. 4 more. 3 more. You got this. Last 2. Rotate. Feel the crunch. And last 1. Up and lower down. And go ahead and release. Stretch out your arms and legs. Feel a nice stretch. Good. Breathe. Place your hands behind your thighs. Go ahead and draw some circles with your knees. Hey, we're going to do a rock and roll. So if you don't want to do this rock and roll, just roll to the side and come up and seated. If you're doing the rock and roll, try not to go too far back. You never want to take it into your neck, okay? So here we go, taking that all the way up, cross your legs, place your hands onto the mat, walk or hop your feet flat behind immediately, chaturanga lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, open up to that chest. And exhale, push back into downward facing dog, press through your hands. Good, driving the heels down into the mat. Good. Lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look up at your hands. Feel that stretch first, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Back into that ragdoll. Inhale, rise all the way up into standing here. You're going to shift the weight to your right foot or whatever foot is on the outside. Take your foot that's facing the front and step out into a wide stance here. Okay, sunflower down and left. And down and left. Opening up through the inner thighs and down and left. Good. Squeezing the glutes. Knees out to the side and up. 3 more times down and left. Last 2. Down and left. 1 more time. Down and left. Now take your arms out to the side. You're going to shift over to, let's do the left side here. Lift your right toes up. Okay, make sure that left knee tracks above the left toes. And we're just going to take it, send our seat back, hinge forward as we take it down here. I want you to find the hardest point where you feel like you're working that thigh the hardest. Okay? If you go down too low, then you take the work out of that leg. So feel where you're working the hardest. Just feel here and just hold. If you need support, hands down on your hips or your thighs, just hold. And you feel that tension in that quad, lifting your right toes up. Good. That seat is back, spine is in neutral. Okay, try not to round to your spine and just hold. Okay, just hold. Okay, so the hardest part, try not to sink in your hips. Nice and level. Good. Good. Just hold. Beautiful. 3 and 2 and 1. Rise up and right into the other side. So go ahead and bend that right knee. Lift the left toes up and find the challenging point. Okay, so too far down gets easy. So halfway maybe, and just hold to the warmth in that quad. Squeeze that gluteal. Try not to let that knee collapse in and hold. And place your hands on your thighs or out. Wherever feels good. I want you to find that neutral spine though. Okay, good. Just hold. Whew. Good. Whew. Level hips. Beautiful. Work at 3 and 2 and 1. Rise up. Good. Let's go over to the left side once again. Right toes. Now keep the level of the hips. I'm going to shift over here and over. Other side. Hands on your thighs if you need to modify. Good. Okay. So again, you want to feel that work, not too low, where you take where it gets a little easier. Okay. So maybe halfway. Just shifting side to side. Make sure your core is engaged. Protect that lower back. Good. Squeezing those glutes. Don't let those knees collapse in. Good. Each time feeling the strength. Good. And other side. Woo. Here we go. And to the left. And to the right. I'm going to take it to the left and hold once again. So here, hold. Make sure you have the hardest spot. I'm just going to hold. Okay, 5 and 4. Squeeze that glute. 3 and 2 and 1. Shift over to the other side. Going to hold here. Okay, find your hardest spot. Hardest height. And hold. Good. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Rise up here. Woo. And go ahead and forward fold all the way down. Ragdoll it here. You can wiggle the hips, whatever you need to do. Feel that stretch. Good. Bend your knees and roll up through your spine. Good. Go ahead and step to the top of your mat one more time. Inhale, big breath. Swan dive down, lengthen through your spine. Half lift. Forward fold, walk or hop your feet back behind to the top of a push-up. Immediately take it to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. You can do that on your knees. Sorry, I was a little late. And downward facing dog. Push back. And then lower your knees onto the mat. Okay. You're going to cross one leg behind, one lower leg behind the other. Okay. So if you naturally go right crosses, right crosses over the left, try and do the opposite, left over the right here, and then go ahead and sit back. Remember that boat? We're going to take it into that boat once again. Hold here or here, and just hold, squeeze. Good. Woo. Nice and strong. Remember, you can keep it here with support, hands behind your thighs. Try and keep your spine in neutral though, whatever you're doing. Good. Just hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hands behind your thighs. I'm just going to scoot. You come with me if you need to. And then go ahead and lower your spine onto the mat right above your shoulder blades. Okay? So here, tuck and release here. This is one variation. Okay? Keep it tiny or in and hollow body and in and hollow body. Okay? Do the modification if you need to, or hands behind your thighs. Okay? So you do you. Always protecting that lower back, so never compromising your form, never risking injury. And in, and extend, and extend. How about 5 more? Stay strong. Woo. 3 more. In, and extend. Last 2. Let's go. And extend. Last 1. In, and extend. Bring it in here. And lower down. Go ahead, extend your arms and your legs. Fingertips reach away from your toes. Good. All right, hands behind your thighs. Go ahead and take it to a rock and roll or roll over to one side. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So we're going to take this rock and roll immediately to a squat. I'm going to try and stand. Okay, don't have to do that if you don't want to or if you don't feel up for it. Okay, so here we go. Plant your feet down. Now if you want, you can place your hand to help you up and into standing, and then back down, softly lower down, and then roll, okay? And up, here, back down. Okay, so if this is too much for you, opt out of it. Okay, now if you want to take it to the next variation, I'm going to do this without the assistance of our arms here. Up. And then back down, woo, and lower down. Okay, so again, you do Whatever you decided, go 2 more. And down. Whew. And last one. So everyone come into standing wherever you are. And go ahead and circle your arms back around. Shake it all out. Good. Yeah. Take your left leg and go ahead and open up the hip. We did a lot of hip flexor work, so go ahead and open up. Good. And other side. Good. Shake it on out. We're going to do some balance work. So ground your right foot, take your left foot to your inner ankle or inner thigh. Squeeze that left gluteal knee wide here or inner thigh, hands into prayer. Make sure you're soft in your right knee. Squeeze that glute here. Press your hands together. Good. Just settle here. See if you can close your eyes, little sips. Challenging your balance, relying on your internal cues to help you with balance. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, now from here we're going to take that right leg, we're going to kick it back, left leg, kick it back behind. Left arm up, you're going to take your right arm up, left hand to the inside of that left foot to dancers. Hips are square to the front, left shoulder back, and you're going to kick that leg as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe it's just a little bit, maybe it's a little bit more. And hold. Good. And hold for 3 and 2 and 1. And come on back up. Excellent. Shake everything out. Good. Other side. Ground your left. Take your right foot to your inner ankle, inner calf, or inner thigh. Squeeze that right gluteal. Open that hip up. Hands into prayer. Find your balance. Feel a little shake. A little fine muscles in your ankle working. Core is working. Pressing your hands together lightly or strongly. Get that the shoulders upper back to fire. And close your eyes if you want to. Good. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Dancers, bring that leg down. Okay, take your left arm up, right hand to the inner right foot, and then start to kick that leg back as you hinge forward. Keep your chest lifted and hold. Nice work. Good. Whew. Left knee soft. Good. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come on out of it. Phew. Shake everything out. Whatever you need to do. Whew. Wrists as well. Both direction. Take your head to your right shoulder. Circle around to the left. And back to right. And then to left. And to center. Hold. Take up. Shoulders come with it. Circle around. And again, other direction. Ground your feet. Take it to a gentle twist. Take your right arm, circle back around, left arm circles back around, right arm, and left. Good, and here. Stretch it all out. Ankles, feet, everything. Nice work, everyone. I'm going to finish off with our 2 final breaths. Take a big breath, inhale, fill your lungs. On the exhale, release all that stress and tension from your body. Exhale, shake every last bit of it out. Inhale. Refill with only good. Hands together. Lower to heart center. And we say namaste. And we're done. Thank you so much for joining.